Item number 1A, approval of the minutes. May I have a motion to move?
So moved. Second.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Abstentions? No? Okay. Item 1B, policy calendar, item B1 through 10.
Thank you. The first item on the agenda is the Queens College Master's Degree in Mental Health Counseling. The proposal is developed by Queens College in response to a change in licensure laws in New York State. This program prepares students to satisfy more rigorous requirements which will be enforced by the state by 2010. Queens College is ahead of schedule by putting forward this degree for your consideration today. The proposed course sequence is already in place at the college as a mental health track within an existing counseling program. This new registration would make the mental health counseling a standalone program, giving counseling students who are interested in non-school careers a choice of clinical specialties. Other colleges have put forward comparable programs, and you'll see a similar companion piece later today from Hunter College. A full-time faculty line is planned to be added in the third year of the program. I'm going to go through all of these items, if I might, Mr. Chair, and then if there are questions and comments, unless you would like to speak first. Can I go through? Would you like me to go through it all first?
No, go through and then I'll prefer to respond.
The second item on the policy calendar is the John Jay College for Criminal Justice Bachelor of Science in Economics. Since this is the college's first offering in business, it requires a master plan amendment by the State Education Department. There's a resolution in your materials to that effect. This program will provide students with a sound education in economics and financial analysis, and it will have specializations that are connected to the college's mission. Students will learn to understand individual, national, and global economic behavior, and then apply theoretical insights into contemporary challenges involving crime, social justice, and the investigation of fraud and corruption. All of CUNY campuses except John Jay offer economics degrees. This proposed program does not conflict with any of the programs offered by other colleges in the system because it is so strongly tied to John Jay's mission. One new faculty member has been recruited this fall and has extensive teaching and publication experience in accounting and forensic accounting. The college is expecting to update its library facilities in order to accommodate this major. This is a very exciting program for the college, and I know that there's been a great deal of faculty involvement in this. LaGuardia Community College proposes an associate's degree in writing and literature. The goal of this major is to create a coherent foundational curriculum that introduces students to English language literary traditions with particular emphasis on North American, British, as well as post-colonial literature in English. This program is distinguished by the heavy writing skills which it will require from its students. And the degree is conceptualized as a way for students to get a grounding in writing and literature, and also for those students who would like to transfer to a baccalaureate campus, it fully articulates with Queens College. The enrollment is projected to grow from 70 students at first to 125 students over the first 5 years. Because many of these courses are already offered at the college, no additional faculty hires are foreseen. York College proposes a baccalaureate in journalism. This proposed major will provide students with the range of knowledge, skills, and techniques needed for entry-level positions in print, broadcast, or online media. It will offer the appropriate foundation for students wishing to pursue a master's degree in a related field. And we're hoping that it will articulate nicely with our master's level program in the School of Journalism. An array of journalism courses is already offered at York College in the Department of English. The college currently offers a 15-credit minor in journalism. Students can also major in English with a 9-credit emphasis in journalism. So there are many courses offered at the college that would apply to this major. There is sufficient faculty expertise to teach these courses, including a recently hired assistant professor who will dedicate his time fully to the new baccalaureate in journalism. This program expects no additional costs to the college. It's a very exciting program for your college. We have what I think is really a housekeeping item for your consideration, Mr. Chair. In June, the Board of Trustees approved an AAS program for Ostos Community College in digital design and animation. The State Education Department has determined that this program should be categorized as a program in fine arts rather than a program in computer science as we had offered it. Therefore, the State Education Department wants us to reconsider the classification of this program. Because this is the first fine arts program at Ostos Community College, it too requires a master plan amendment. Really, there's no change in the program itself, in the major itself. It's simply in the classification. Ostos Community College also asks your consideration for an Associate in Science degree in mathematics. This program will prepare students for transfer to a baccalaureate degree in mathematics. It will also allow students to transfer into engineering programs. And Ostos already has articulation agreements with City College in the engineering fields. The program offers Ostos students, nearly all of whom are from underrepresented groups, the opportunity to start their academic science careers at a community college and then transfer to a baccalaureate campus. This program fully articulates with Lehman College, will also prepare students to transfer to City College. And Ostos anticipates no additional costs for this program. Actually, the number of students the college expects to enroll goes from about 10 in the first year to 50 students over 5 years, so a very robust program. Hunter College is also asking you to consider a master's degree in mental health counseling. This is an MS in education. This program is developed in response to the newly added mental health licensure requirements in New York State. We considered those a moment ago for Queens College. This will be registered as a standalone program leading to licensure as a mental health counselor. There is growing need for mental health counselors throughout the country, and the college expects that this new program will satisfy numerous employment opportunities that are out in the marketplace. Mental health counselors will be able to enter nonprofits, government programs, and will have many options available to them, including private practice. The New York State Department of Labor anticipates an increase of between 21% and 35% for mental health counseling through the year 2012. Most of the courses in this major already exist at the college. 2 new courses are being added. 1 course is being revised. So the core of this program already exists. The faculty also exists. No new faculty are expected to be hired. It is estimated that about 15 students will enter the program each year. Hunter is also proposing a Master of Arts in Educational Psychology. There is increasing demand for individuals in educational research and assessment in positions that do not involve teaching or counseling of students, but rather require significant theoretical background and quantitative skills. Students who enroll in this program will very likely use their skills in government, in business, in health-related settings. Students will also be able to transfer into doctoral programs in educational psychology or in school psychology, so that this program can situate people for doctorate study. There are no additional lines requested for this position because the faculty already exists and teaches in the program. The campus anticipates about 15 students per year enrolling. We have a resolution from John Jay College of Criminal Justice for the discontinuation of associate degree admissions. And Mr. Chair, I would begin by saying that when President Jeremy Travis was hired as the new president of John Jay College, he was asked by Chancellor Goldstein to consider the status of associate degree programs at the college and to consider, in fact, eliminating them in preference of becoming a full senior campus. And President Travis took this very seriously and engaged with members of his leadership team and with faculty. There was a great deal of faculty governance involvement. There were discussions with faculty and administrators about raising the associate degree admission standards slowly over time and eventually phasing out the associate degrees by fall of 2009, subject to fiscal capability. This is really a transformational moment for the college as it seeks to become a full senior college. And I would remind trustees that this is consistent with the college's evolving mission. The college currently offers 19 baccalaureate programs, 6 master's programs, and 2 doctoral programs. And the college, as we know, is expanding its offerings in humanities and in social sciences in order to accommodate increasing number of baccalaureate programs and student interest. I would also like to say that the college is in the process of developing joint degree programs with CUNY's community colleges to facilitate access by students who want to study criminal justice and forensic science at the associate degree level. The collaboration that has taken place between John Jay and the community colleges is nothing short of exemplary. And I want to recognize Interim Provost Jane Bowers for her work when she was Dean of Undergraduate Education and her continuing work in this area. All of the community colleges look at this model as something they'd like to replicate, and we thank John Jay for such close attention to the community colleges and to the students who want to study at the associate degree level. And we will be sending, the college will be sending forward to the board new proposals as they come due. But this has really been a very, very positive process. And finally, on the action, on the policy calendar, an action item is the establishment of the Institute of Demographic Research. This is an institute that will be sited at Baruch College. It will have participation from the Graduate Center, from Hunter College, Queens College, and faculty from across the university. As many of you know, demography is an interdisciplinary field, although it's most closely tied to sociology and economics, but it has relevance to health, to social sciences, and we see the new Institute for Demographic Research really being a mecca for research by our faculty who already are involved in serious demographic research. We see this institute as functioning as a center not only of research, but also training and intellectual exchange for faculty and students in related fields, as well, of course, as demography. We expect the Institute to organize seminars and other scholarly activities and support CUNY campuses in developing programs of graduate and undergraduate training. We have the interim director, Neil Bennett, here with us today, who has offered exemplary service as well to the Institute and is a partner with me in our cluster hiring initiative in demography, where we seek to hire 10 faculty members across the university in this area so that CUNY can really take its place among the national universities with deep strength in demography. This is an initiative, really, and the demography initiative and the faculty hiring initiative really have no parallel in the New York metropolitan area. And we are very confident that CUNY will become a leading demographic research and educational center. Deborah Bach is also here as the Associate Director, and we were lucky to scoop her up from Columbia last year, so thank you very much. I think that the Institute will also contribute to our significant and considerable work in urban studies and health economics. We're very excited about the Institute, the creation of this Institute.
Thank you. Questions?
Just a comment about the John Jay discontinuation of the associate degree. Initially, I was concerned about this, but I hear what you're saying, and I read in the proposal that you have 4 proposals for joint degrees, with 2 more on the way, and I'm very glad for that, and I hope it really does become a model for kind of cooperation we can get.
Yeah, I really do think that from the very highest level of authority, from the president of John Jay, the message was sent that this was very important and that we were to maintain a presence in criminal justice and forensic science for associate degree students. And how exciting for students to enroll in a community college, get the attention that they will there, and then have guaranteed admission to John Jay in the junior year as long as they take the right courses and have the appropriate grade point average. And the faculty, I want to reiterate that the faculty at John Jay are supportive and have been supportive of this proposal through discussion stage all the way through the creation of the new degrees, which are underway.
Yeah, I think that's a very exciting and innovative way of proceeding.
Trustee Morales.
Yes, let me start by saying that I'm in favor of any expansion of program, mental health services program. I'm very impressed with this, with the quality of the staff of that will be at Queens College They're excellent professor. But I do have a very, and I mean very serious concern when this program is articulated by saying that they will allow the mental health council to make a diagnosis and treatment of all mental illness. Let me tell you, I am a psychiatrist for 50 years, and I still have problems many times making a differential diagnosis between bipolar illness, major depressive disorder, personality disorder, and schizophrenia. I wonder how this individual will be able to make such a diagnosis. I don't think they will. Secondly, when we talk about treatment, what do they mean by that? What kind of treatment are the mental health council is going to be providing to the community? We all know that treatment, when we talk about treatment in mental health, there's two major components. One is the counseling, which is good, but many times it doesn't work unless you go with the other component, which is the pharmacotherapy. It has to be a combination of both. And then when they describe that this health counseling, that mental health counseling, will be able to have private office, can you imagine you or any of your family going to see a private office, a mental health counseling, suffering from bipolar illness? Is that person be qualified to make a diagnosis and to recommend treatment? Are they going to be supervised by anyone? This is really a very serious situation. And I feel that I want to register my strong opposition to this, because the only one that's going to be suffering, and maybe still suffering now, are the community, because they are not being able to treat properly to the mental illness. If they work with another setting with all the psychologists, psychiatrists in a mental health clinic, yes, I understand that, but in private practice, impossible. I want to register my complaints about that.
Trustee Morales, I hear exactly what you're saying, and we will communicate your objections both back to the colleges and also make it known in the state. What the colleges are doing is complying with New York State law, taking their mental health counseling programs and converting them into stand-alone master's degrees. Many of these people will be employed in government agencies, in businesses and corporations. But I do think you are correct in in that there is a movement to move to sort of professionals rather than full medical doctors and psychiatrists treating people with illness, and this is a concern for the state itself.
Yeah, let me be clear on one thing. I'm not objecting to the program. If they are allowed to work in different settings with other professionals, that they can be supervised, fine. But what I'm objecting is private practice. Can you imagine somebody else in Park Avenue open an office and seeing patients there without being supervised in this field of mental health? This is a very serious situation.
Thank you.
I think that, may I have a motion to move the items on item 1B, 1 through 10?
I'll move it.
Okay. Second? Seconded. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Nays? Abstentions? Motion to carry unanimously. Item 1BC, the informational item.
We are bringing to the board's attention the
C.
the $1.4 million gift to the Graduate School and University Center to support the Saul Kripke Center. Saul Kripke is one of the foremost living philosophers of the world. He has been an internationally influential philosopher in the fields of logic, metaphysics, and the philosophy of language. In 2001, He was the winner of the Schock Prize in Logic and Philosophy, which is sometimes compared to a Nobel Prize for this field. Since 2003, Saul Kripke has been a distinguished professor at the City University Graduate Center, and this center will be dedicated to his work. Much of the body of his work, the corpus of his work, remains unpublished. Some of it exists as tape recordings. Sometimes they're informally written manuscripts. The center will collect these recordings and these manuscripts, edit them, and bring them to publication. The center will also organize conferences on Kripke's work and related topics in philosophy. This is a major intellectual happening for the Graduate Center.
Questions? Not? Motion to adjourn?
May I just make
Sure.
one comment? I think it would be helpful at the appropriate time if Dr. Botman could report back to the committee the reaction at the colleges to Dr. Morales' questions about whether the mental health counselors being trained in these programs have access to the sophisticated medical personnel, psychiatrists and others, necessary to deal with certain kinds of problems that they may confront. I just think the committee would like to hear what the response of the colleges is to this concern, and the committee may want to think about the issue again, but that would just be a good factual report for us to get. Yeah.
I would be happy to do so.
And that's a good suggestion.
And I understand from the material that there are similar programs on many other campuses, so it's really not a Queens College issue. It's really an issue for it's really an issue for many of the campuses in terms of what is the professionally sophisticated way to proceed with these programs. And I say this fully understanding Dr. Morales' support for the value of these programs, so long as the professionals created by them operate in the right kinds of settings.
I will be happy to report back to this committee.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Motion to adjourn?
Move.
Thank you.
Okay.
Get a card.
Thank you all for coming.
Especially private practice. That's
That was a good suggestion. His focus was on the private practice.